What up, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We got a live CHGO Bulls coming up for y'all right around the corner. Bulls fall to the Knicks, 113-111. The dream of sweeping the Knicks this season falls just short. A lot of Vooch shots down the stretch there. Josh Giddey went off. 26 left. Let's break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls _Peck. That's Big Dave. BAM! PNWL Sports, Will the Goat Gottlieb, perfectly coiffed. Even after that, Will _Gottlieb. Queen of the controls, the one and only, Katie Duffy. What up, Katie?
Hi.
113-111.
That was different.
In overtime. Bulls fall to the Knicks. Guys, I need another all-star break. I don't know about you. I don't know how I'm going to get through these 26 games.
But they took the loss.
Thank goodness they did.
But here's the thing about that.
Let's go.
Here's the thing, Goat. What's the thing? Hit me.
Let's go DCU's next Superman.
This wasn't like a good tank win or a good tank loss, whatever. This was like they really tried to win that game.
They did.
This was not like a team that's trying to tank or trying to develop players. They closed with their best five: Ayo, Kobe, Giddey, Lonzo, and Vooch.
Yeah.
Vooch was getting post-ups all game. They were running pick and rolls with Vooch. And Modest barely played after he inbounded the ball to Deuce McBride and gave up a layup.
Great development.
They had 6 points on 3 baskets in 21 seconds. That was not great. But, like, this was not – they're not tanking. They're just bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, that's not like, reassuring to watch because the process is wrong. I'm off to a hot start. Sorry, guys.
Can we just
that was
focus on
that was
you
hard to
being
watch.
DCU's next Superman? That's what Devin says you look like, sir.
Devin, I like you. Thank you. I like you, Devin.
That's quite the quaff. Everybody sees it.
Shout out to Devin. And can we wrap?
I like how nobody has spelled quaff the same way twice.
No, and you
It's
should.
different every time. I like that.
I like that. Congratulations. Yeah, this was. It was. I think you guys' brains are broken because it was a dumb loss. You know what I mean?
It was a dumb game.
It was a dumb game, dumb loss. Both teams played really bad in that first quarter.
Whew.
The percentages were just horrific.
Couldn't hit a shot.
I mean, it was bad. The third quarter, I guess it kind of picked up. I mean, obviously the Knicks took it over a little bit more in the second quarter, but the third quarter, it kind of picked up and started looking like a basketball game because the Bulls scored 38 points, I believe, in that third.
Bulls finally hit some threes, but
Karl Anthony Towns just absolutely went insane in that third quarter. So it looked like an actual game, and then that fourth quarter happened, and yuck. And then overtime happened, and so it was tough. It was tough. I'm gonna hold this right here because I need y'all to hear everything I'm saying of it. I'm Spooky Kitty is wild. So yeah, man, I just don't get it. It was everything I talked about, and I don't want to dig into Billy off bat, but it feels like that's where my soul is going.
Listen to your soul, Dave.
Yes, I always. This is why I said he can't be the coach of a rebuild or starting over because he's philosophically opposed to it. He's trying to win, and it's hard for me to fault a guy who's trying to win. And I get that he's trying to win, but damn. He did the stuff I talked about that I'm scared of, watching rookies make mistakes and then getting yanked out the game. Modest made a mistake. Absolutely. Yanked, gone, out of here. He was going for the rest of that third quarter. We didn't see him until 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And then we saw a spot of him in that overtime. Go ahead, man.
That OT sequence where Lonzo checks out, probably because one of Billy's assistants was like, hey, Lonzo's at 28 minutes. Lonzo subs out, Modest subs in. Modest plays 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And then Lonzo subs back in for Modest.
Yeah. It It was wild. Like
Tyson's Billy's short leash on Modest is killing me.
it's wild.
You and me both, Tyson.
It really is bothering me because all I was thinking was watching Patrick Williams play this season and the mistakes I've seen him make, and I've never seen him get yanked like that. Like, he made a mistake. Like, yeah, I get it, but yanking him out and then not bringing him back to try to play through it is a colossal mistake for me on my part when you try and develop a rookie. Dalen Terry will probably never play again.
Let me stop you there.
Sure, go ahead.
They're not like developing him that way. That's just not what they're doing.
And I think it's wrong.
Correct.
So, okay.
Correct. I'm just saying, like, when you say that's how they should be doing it when they're trying to develop a rookie, that's not what they're trying to do.
Clearly.
They're just trying to, like, get
They're trying
him
to
minutes
win.
along the way.
Yeah. They're trying to win.
We're agreeing. I'm just saying,
Sure.
like, for the people that are thinking, like, this season is about developing Modest, like, that they're proving. I thought maybe things would change after the All-Star game, and I guess that's why I started the podcast the way I did. I thought that after the trade deadline, they saying all the right stuff in terms of, like, wanting to integrity of the game, winning, keep your focus on the right things. Next 30 games, evaluation, playing, all that stuff, whatever. But, like, when push came to shove and you're on the court and it's the final 27 games and you're in the second half of the year and you just traded your best player, I thought that there would be some modicum of we are actually going to let Modest, like, go out and play here. And that just was not the case.
And it's why we were discussing in such great detail that back and forth that Billy Donovan had with Sam Smith at yesterday's practice.
Yes.
In case you missed it, y'all, I mean, here's the headline when we're talking about Modest and the short leash and how they're going to try and develop these young guys.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan said yesterday, quote, "It can't be, hey, listen, right now we're just in a developmental stage, or right now we're just going to let these young guys play." And it's like, okay, whatever happens, happens. We'll give them the minutes. They've got to understand how they impact winning, which is what you were just laying out. Like that, there are different ways to go about trying to build young talent in the NBA.
Yep.
And Billy is very much not a believer in the church of just let him play.
Yeah, he's
clearly not. And he is telling us as much.
Yeah.
In plain English, plain as day, I'm not going to play these young kids just for the sake of development. You know, we got to protect the integrity of the game. Blah, blah, blah.
And you see why it bothers me so? Because I'm like, if he's year 4 and did that, he'll still be in the game. And that's why I get lost at. And that's where it's really confusing for me. Because I'm like, guys, if he's one of your best players out there, okay, you leave him out there and you do your thing. But Patrick Williams wasn't one of your best players out there. He just continued to make mistakes and mistakes and mistakes, and he would just be out there on the floor. Modest, I saw him make a mistake. That was the end. And there's something about that is not right. So that's what I have a problem with when it comes to Billy. I'm going to get off of him for the time being when it's on that. Man, Vooch. I watched Vooch be the reason that they were in the game, and then I watched him be one of the reasons why they lost the game. So he kind of ran the gamut, you know what I'm saying, out there as far as bad is concerned.
He took 21 shots tonight.
That's a lot. That's a lot for Vooch, man.
He also
confused Bulls, man.
I was just looking this up. The Bulls had 8 post-up possessions this game. Doesn't sound like that much until you look at how many they average on a game, which is only 4. So they doubled up on their post-ups. And I think it was because if you watch the first half of the game, it was like they weren't playing to their, fast-paced, shooting a lot of threes identity that they had built through this whole season.
They were playing through mud.
We need to get Vooch the ball in the post. And it's like...
And you could, maybe attribute some of that to the fact that maybe the Knicks were the team who was managing to dictate, because the Knicks are, I think, 27th in the NBA in pace. Yeah. Their offense is efficient. They have the second best offense, as we mentioned in pregame, but they are the complete opposite end of the spectrum from the Bulls as far as pace of play. Yeah. So the Bulls were playing this, like throw the ball into Vooch, stuck in mud style of offense in the first quarter, and you saw the results. What did they score? 19? Yeah. Something like, and shot.
Congratulations.
Sub, like barely 30% from the field. But it's the fact that, and then Billy draws up a play for the final. Bulls have the ball, 2 seconds left, tie game. Bulls can win this.
That was a really nice sideline out.
It was a solid ATO that Billy drew up, but for
great
who?
Action
For Vooch.
For Vooch.
And then OT.
Good block, Bridges.
Yeah, and also Vooch hit that miracle fall away 3.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So much of tonight's game was won and lost, as you said, by Vooch doing Vooch things. And for Bulls fans who are thinking a little further down the road than maybe the play-in tournament part 3, it's infuriating to watch. It really freaking is.
With a vengeance.
When does Samuel L. get here?
That's 3. Yeah, right. Zeus. Yeah, man. It was so ridiculous. The game. I mean, the Knicks tried to give them this game. They did their best. They did not play well at all. And it seemed like they were like, okay, we're fine. We're the better team. We'll do a little something. We'll put you away. You're not going to come back on that. No, Bulls just continued to keep coming and coming. They did it in overtime. You thought it was over. It was like, oh, we went on a quick 7-0 run. This game's a wrap. No, sorry. Kobe White just went crazy after Jake tried to curse it. You know what I mean?
I was about ready to strangle Jake.
I was standing close to him because I saw a leap coming from Matt over a couch.
And he was like, watch Kobe White go on a quick 8-0 run by himself right now. And then he hit that, quick, easy lane drive. Yeah. Then he hit the 3. I gave Jake the death stare.
He did. Twice. He gave it to him twice, which is why I moved my seat over. Because I saw in Matt's mind, he was thinking, I'm going to tear both my hamstrings jumping over his couch just to get my hands around his neck. So I was just trying to protect that, you know what I'm saying, in every way I possibly could. But, man, that's exactly what happened. Like, it was such a weird game. They are trying to win. Like, I don't think we have to, debate that anymore if they're trying to win or what's going on. No, they're trying to win because, again, this is the philosophy of your coach. And your management has not given you exactly what they're trying to do. Well, we'll see what y'all do in 30 days. Okay, so win then, right? So win. I mean, if you do, if you don't, okay, great, win. All right, we're going to go do that. So I can't fault Bill for going out there and doing what his philosophy is to do. He's been put in that situation. That seems like they're comfortable with it and what they want from him. So I think that's what you're going to see going forward.
Yeah, I think they're trying to win. And I think that's fine, but they're trying to win, in my opinion, the wrong way. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't go to the guys who aren't going to be here next year, ideally, and, think that that's progress. Like, AK, the whole point of what he was saying with the play-in thing at the post-trade deadline media availability was, if our young guys take us to the play-in, then we can be excited about that because it means that Modest took a big step forward. Yeah. Tonight, I did not see Modest take any steps forward. I saw him on the bench. Yes. And I saw Vooch Vooch is, we all know Vooch is a really solid player. Sure. He had some good moments tonight. He had some not so great moments tonight. That's fine. But, what you're going to get with Vooch. And so you're trying to win through him, though. It's like that's where the disconnect to me is. And so, again, I can see why you would talk about it the way you would talk about it, but when it actually comes down to it, and this is how they're trying to play, that's where it's like, this is just not adding up to me anymore. Yeah. Not that it really was adding up before, but you know what I mean.
Nothing adds up with this team.
This math is useless.
Quick update here, guys, via Casey Johnson on Twitter just a moment ago. Billy Donovan said that Jalen Smith is in the league's concussion protocol after leaving that game early. It was during his first stint, I believe.
It was.
And he was D'ing up Karl Anthony Towns on the low block and trying to body him a little bit, and then just caught a piece of Cat's shoulder on the chin. And he was down for a while.
I mean,
and then you guys were like, "Yeah, he's faking it."
I was like, it didn't look right because you watched the replay. It was like, did you hurt yourself flopping?
Because it did look like he was trying to sell it upon the first replay, and when it was live.
And then he's like, "No, I'm hurt."
He was down for a while, and then did you see him walk in the locker room
stumbling?
Because he was walking drunker than somebody down Bourbon Street. Like, oh my God!
You could have just said yourself. Drunker than Matt.
I'm never that publicly intoxicated.
Really? You've never been to stumble drunk? I don't believe you.
Maybe have you seen him and his heritage?
You had to be there. Maybe that night that I was leaving the garden.
Okay, all right.
On that note, we got to take our first break here, but there's still plenty to get to on tonight's game, whether we hated it or not. Obviously, I'm sure the Giddey stands out there want to hear us talk about Josh Giddey and throw us your thoughts on Giddey in the comments. We'll get to them. Hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hit the like button while we share some ads.
Oh, go on and take a sip, Matt. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Do it for yourself. Do it for the chat. Oh, there it is. Easy drinking. Just relax. What calms him down is knowing that light beer just got better. He's got that Sam Adams Light. It's clean, it's crisp, and it's super easy to drink, y'all. No gimmicks, no fluff, none of that stuff. It's light beer that is made right. Light beer shouldn't feel like a compromise. It should feel like it's awesome to drink. And guess what? Sam Adams Light definitely does that. An American classic so smooth, you'll want to crack open another one. Another one. Another one. Always Sam season. Another one. Light beer just got better. Grab some Sam Adams American Light. Available now at select Chicago retailers. Must be 21. Please, I implore you, please drink responsibly.
Yeah, I'm going to need another one. That's so smooth. Postgame tonight also brought to you by Cornbread Hemp CBD, America's first ever USDA organic CBD company. Their mission at Cornbread is to improve your quality of life with the highest quality hemp. Have you been looking for a natural way to relieve aches and discomfort? The CBD gummies from Cornbread Hemp are formulated to work with your body, not against it. I'm not as young as I once was. Very true, simple fact. I am old. But I care sometimes about maintaining my physical and mental wellness. Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies are a huge piece of my wellness plan since they came around. Have you tried everything under the sun for your peace of mind? It sounds like it's time for you to try Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. They are made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, discomfort, or just needing a little relaxation. Also, they only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. Unlike a lot of other CBD manufacturers and distributors these days, which use the entire part of the plant. I'm talking stalks, stems, leaves. Actually, shout out to Cornbread Hemp. They found their way into my Instagram feed the other day.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and one of their workers was dragging a bunch of just like shredded, like, stalks essentially.
Yeah.
And throwing it onto an even bigger pile of stems and stalks.
Sounds fun.
For the visual aid of like, hey, most everybody who's making CBD these days will use all these gross dead stalks and stems to put into your CBD products in addition to the actual flower. It was very like, oh, that's convincing. Because it was just nobody wants stalks. Nobody wants stems. Cornbread only uses flower, y'all. And that is a fact. And right now they're offering CHGO listeners 30% off your first order. Just visit cornbreadhemp.com/CHGO and use promo code CHGO at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/CHGO, promo code CHGO to get 30% off your first order.
Yeah.
Cornbread Hemp.
Yeah.
This is the good life.
Oh, welcome to it. Welcome to the good life.
Hey. I like this poll question that Katie just put up during the ad break. What emotion does Josh Giddey make you feel? Obviously, first and foremost, hit the like button first.
Do that.
Angry, happy, or sad? I'm going to go with a combination of hit the like, angry, and sad. Even though he put up 27 and 16 tonight? Guess what, Giddey stands? I'm not sold. I'm still not sold.
25. I don't want to give you 2 extra points.
Okay,
25.
Let's talk about this from the other perspective.
Let's go.
Which is, because I agree with you. Like, Giddey, like, kind of just did it his way tonight. Like, the ball went in. He hit some threes.
He did it his way in New York, like Frank Sinatra.
You guys are on one
My brain
tonight.
was right there.
You guys are on one tonight. Okay, so he was getting rebounds. He was getting out in transition. He was doing his, like, floater thing. But it wasn't like he stepped outside of the game that we've seen from him before, right? Like, this was very much who Giddey was, but it was a very successful outcome, right?
Yes.
The process was the same. The result was different and better.
Yes.
So if you're still not, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still not like won over by this, is there something that he can do, or what can he do that can help win you over?
That's a good question. Dave, do you have an answer to that?
I don't know. In that poll, I don't have any of those emotions towards Josh Giddey. I guess I'm like, yeah, it's Josh Giddey. Like, I don't feel like, yay, Josh Giddey. You're like, Josh Giddey.
Okay, so here's
Josh Giddey.
Here's one part of an answer.
Who played well.
He
did.
He
like,
was
you cannot argue with the fact that he had a good game.
He did.
He played well tonight, man.
Well,
I'm not
I think the bigger question is like, what did you learn about that?
Correct.
And like, what can you take away? Because the big, like, we talk about like the point of the season, modest and development, and the big question that they have to answer at the end of this season is how much are they going to pay Josh Giddey? And like, these are the games that inform that. These are the moments where you have to sit down and say, this is what Josh Giddey did for us. This is how he played. Now we have to decide what to pay him.
Right.
And so At $10 million a year, you might feel thrilled about a player that can give you this kind of production. At 20, would you still feel the same way? And so these are the questions that I think the front office has to be asking themselves after these games is like, what is sustainable about this? What can we build on from this? Was this a fluke? Was this real? If it's real, how do we get this more consistently? Because obviously this isn't like a normal game. It was a career game, right? So great game from him, not taking that away at all. But from the front office's perspective, how do they think about this moving forward to where now this can help inform what you decide to pay this guy?
I mean, that's perfectly said. I don't think it changed, to answer your question, I don't think it changed anything as far as how I felt about Josh Giddey. I saw him have a really good game tonight, and you commend him for that. Like, he was confident, like I hadn't seen him be confident before. And not just from the three-point line, like mid-range jumpers he was taking and converting on. 16 rebounds is, damn. That is a lot of rebounds, man.
High, I believe.
Yes, that is quite impressive.
And the question that we had at the start of the year, he was +7 in a game that they lost. Mm-hmm. So obviously the impact was there.
Yeah, and played almost 30 minutes, played like 29 minutes, 25 seconds. So he was a staple for the Bulls as to why they were even in this game and having a chance to win this game. I think you said it though, Will, because the whole time I was just thinking was consistency. That's all I kept thinking. Like, I see this, and this is your best game. Is there a consistency or a middle ground for this, for you, where I can go ahead and put it in pencil? I know this is exactly what I'm going to get from Josh Giddey, because that hasn't been established yet. Because he can have this kind of game right here and then rattle off 3 straight games where he has 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists and shoots terribly and turns the ball over.
And is a -18.
Correct. And shoot, right, and all of that. And then come back and go 4 of 6 from the three-point line, you know, and scores 19, 15, and 10 and have that game. So that's why I can't get, you know, super high or super low on it. You commend him for the game that he had, especially doing it in Madison Square Garden. And as you said, Will, playing his own style of play, own style of game. That might work against the Knicks. How other teams does it work against? How consistent can you be on it? Is it going to happen this next game when we play the Suns or when you play the Sixers? That is what we're looking at now, is the consistency. Consistency is why you were worried about Kobe White, because you're like, lately his consistency, he's just been inconsistent. He hasn't
he's been
shown,
like totally uninvolved.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but his shots aren't falling. I mean, they did in that overtime. Shout out, Jake. They did in that overtime and things like that, but it just hasn't been a consistent thing. And it has to be something for Josh Giddey for you to put in writing and say, I know I'm definitely getting this from him when he steps out on the floor. Because I talk about that with Ayo Dosunmu all the time.
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting from Ayo Dosunmu when he's out there on the floor. He's going to get you double-digit points. You know he's going to go to the bucket. I know that's happening. That is going to happen. I know Modest is going to block some shots. I'm learning about that. I know he's going to dunk on something. That's going to happen. And I know what Vooch is going to be when Vooch is out there. I know what you're getting. What am I getting from a guy like Josh Giddey? Because if you're getting this all the time and more consistent thing, you might have a player. If you're not getting this and you're getting what we've seen where it's not been consistent, then you might get the rage. That's how it is with Josh Giddey. And that's what they have to evaluate in these next 26 games.
And I think that's the big part there, is the next 26. Like, we have a sample. We have a sample of him playing with this team.
Yeah.
We're now getting a bigger sample of that as we finish out the season, but also a sample of him with more of Modest and more of Kobe next to him, and Ayo, who injured, I don't know if we mentioned this, injured his wrist towards the end of the game, and hopefully we'll have an update on that soon. But it's like, you never want to judge a guy at his worst, right? So you also don't want to judge him at his best. Like, you have to find what is your average, not average, but like more within like the, you know, median outcomes of what he gives you. And I think if Giddey can do, he's not going to, you know, give you 27, 16, and 4 every night, but can he give you, you know, closer to 50 and 40% shooting from 3? And can he be more aggressive getting downhill and finishing at the rim? I thought that was something he did really well tonight. He obviously made his 3-point shots as well. You're not going to expect him to make 4 of 6 every night, but can he get to 6 every night?
Yes.
And make, you know, 2 or 3 of them? That's the kind of consistency that you look for. And then also defensively, how is he growing and evolving? I thought he had a couple of nice defensive plays. He like wrapped somebody up, had a block early on in the game. He won a jump ball. So there were some things in there that were impressive to me that were outside of the box score. And that's what I'm looking for, obviously. But to me, like, you know, and because we're always seeing stuff talk about Giddey, whatever, like, you know, we're too low on Giddey. Like, I don't think it's safe to judge him or anybody on the way that they played just tonight. It's more about like, how do you, especially if you're thinking about the future and the long term of this team, how do you factor that into the contract? Because to me, that's like that's how you assess him, right? Like that's how you grade the trade. That's how you grade him as a player, is like, what do you think he's worth to you? Yeah. And so that's, I think, just this big question that we haven't really discussed too much lately, but that's like kind of, I think, hanging over their heads in the same way the lottery balls are.
Get him, go.
Our fellow Bulls fans in the comments chiming in on Giddey. Force Within saying Giddey's always been a solid rebounder. He gives a lot of effort there. That is true. I mean, obviously, monster game on the glass tonight, 16. Yeah. I've always respected and appreciated that part of Giddey's game, especially considering how many small lineups that Billy is forced to use based on this roster construction. That Giddey is a guy, not a front court guy, who's willing to do some rebounding. Our guy, Agent Michael Scarn, saying Giddey had a great game, but my feelings are worth extending, ? Connor thinks his biggest takeaway is it's a step in the right direction for Giddey, referring to his game tonight. Nick saying, I think Giddey's a good player, but there's 5 years of NBA tape. It's unlikely he becomes a top 7 point guard. Team's not good and really far off. It might just be better to let him walk. Matthew Scorsh, hopefully I said your name right, one of those tries, said he's just too limited unless he learns to beat his defender one-on-one. Boom. Also did want to highlight this one from The Shape, one of our Giddey believers, who said Giddey's only 2 years older than Modest. You guys are acting like he's 28 or something. I don't necessarily think it's that, but as Nick, I think it was in the comments pointing out, like there's a significant amount of tape for Giddey already.
Yeah. To me, it's always
Modest is a rookie who barely just started playing like 2 weeks ago.
It's his second NBA team, bro. Come on, man.
And the thing that Matthew said about like, until Giddey becomes a player who can beat his guy one-on-one, there is a very, in my opinion, low ceiling of what he can be for your team between that and the shooting. And look, I'll give him credit. People are talking about like, hey, he knocked down 4 of 6 tonight. Sure did. That's great.
Shout out.
So far this season, he's averaging 34.5% on just shy of 4 attempts per game. And that is modest increases year by year in his career. Okay. His rookie year, he shot 26% from 3. Year 2, 32.5. Year 3, that was my phone. Oh, okay. Year 3, 33.7%. And this year, 34.5%. He is getting better with that 3-point shot. So I will give him credit there and maybe express some belief that that can continue to get better. But I just see such a limitation in his physicality, athletically speaking, when Matthew was talking about beating his man off the dribble. Okay. Because, like, how many times do we see Josh Giddey, especially in the first half of this game tonight, when the Bulls' offense was just, blech. He tries to drive to the paint, but he just, like, runs into a wall. Whoever's guarding him, he runs into a wall, and he flings some desperation pass back behind his head, or turn pivot and pass out. And maybe he finds a teammate with one of those passes and they have an open look at a 3, and great, it's an assist for Josh Giddey. And sometimes it's not. And sometimes it's a turnover, like his 4 turnovers tonight. But it's just like, to me, it's not. It doesn't matter if you're 22 or 28 or 20. The athleticism is what it is. And it's not going to get better as you age. And I think that his athleticism is a significant thing holding Josh Giddey back as far as what he can be and what he can do for your team.
That's interesting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I thought, you know, he does what he can within, like, who he is as a player, right? Like, it's not like I don't know. I just feel like he's figured out ways to score despite, like, the athletic limitations that he has. And, I thought he did well at that tonight. And, like, I saw a comment about, like, we're too harsh on him. Like, I feel like I'm trying to give him credit for having a good game while also trying to think big picture about where he factors into things. Because that's really, like, what, to me, this season is about, is, like, thinking about all the players from that perspective. And, like, understanding what you have in some of these players. So, like, I think it's good that we're getting to see Giddey with the ball in his hands a little bit more. Like, this was a game compared to some of the other ones that we've had recently, the Pistons games, for example, where he just wasn't as, like, featured in the offense. And so I think it's good that you get to see what he can do with that. And, like, can he continue to build on this and just keep growing? Because I think there are just limitations in his game the same way there are limitations in a lot of players' games. But how can you overcome that? And I think like the defense, improving his shooting mechanics and release time, that would be a huge one. Like if he's willing to do what Lonzo did in New Orleans and like completely revamp his shot, like that would go a long way in changing his ceiling as a player, as we saw with Lonzo. So I don't know. I thought this was a really good game for Giddey, obviously, but to me, it wasn't so much about like the game itself. It's more about how do you think about that within the greater context.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Katie. How she got this sign sitting on her face. She is zoned right on out of there in the break zone. But the other quick one I wanted to say is Josh Giddey always gets up playing in Madison Square Garden. He has mentioned this before. He loves playing there.
Dude, I was looking at his numbers earlier today. His career numbers against the Knicks.
Yes.
He balls out against the Knicks.
I like that.
I see it right.
I like that.
17, 9, and 7. And it's like 7.9 assists. So his first game in Madison Square Garden, he got a triple-double. You know what I mean? Like, he loves playing against the Knicks. So
that tells me he like gets up for big games.
Exactly.
Like, that's a good thing.
Exactly right. I completely agree with you. The question is the consistency of it. I would love to if he put those numbers up like on a consistent level. I don't even think we'd be having a discussion here about Josh Giddey and his impact on the game. So I love the fact that he knows how to get up for the big stuff, but it has to be consistent. I just want the consistency of it so I know what I'm getting every time he steps on the floor.
I know we got to go to break, but real quick, think critically in the comments. You clowns are Giddey haters of very high caliber. Which other 22-year-old on our team averages 12, 7, 6, 1 with noticeably improved defense? Katie couldn't help herself.
What Katie do?
She said, think critically is the noticeably improved defense in the room with us right now. Look, I can sit here as a non-believer in Josh Giddey and say I have seen nights where Giddey does things, and you pointed out a couple of them earlier, things that are respectable on the defensive end.
Very much so.
Also, like, I think as Think Critically just pointed out with his stat line, he's averaging just over 1 steal per game this season.
Yeah.
And that is, as of right now, a career high.
He's been better.
It's great, but he also does smack things on defense.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our second break there. When we come back, we will get to some more thoughts on tonight's game. Whatever else is on your mind, Bulls Nation, throw your thoughts in the chat. Throw some super chats if you feel generous. I saw we've got some. We will get to those as well. Hit the like.
Oh, the bird is a Ray! CDJR, ladies and gentlemen. During the President's Day sales event at Ray Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fox Lake, shop federally approved savings on brand new vehicles. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today to choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. And right now, take 18% off MSRP with a dealer discount on all new 2024 gas-powered Jeep Wrangler models, or shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With a friendly team of brand experts, the team at Ray CDJR is here to help you during each step of your car shopping journey. Plus, since they prioritize affordability, you know they won't overpay for a vehicle that you need. They got your back, y'all. Because of that raised price promise, you can shop confidently with no add-ons, no hidden fees, whenever. The price that you see is the price that you're going to pay. It's really that simple. Go check out our partner today to shop one of the Chicago area's largest inventories, y'all. Find the right new vehicle just for you, then drive home happy. The team at Ray CDJR is the only one that we recommend. Don't miss out on their President's Day event going on all month long. For 18% off MSRP or all new 2024 gas-powered Jeep Wrangler models. For more information, visit Ray CDJR today on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online at raycdjr.com because they've been serving that community since 1963.
Woo! Post-game tonight also brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. You can now win up to $1,000, 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. It's the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and even Florida. Yeah. Shout out to my favorite state. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join the over 10 million users and sign up today. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't 100% perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit, which you always love when you think, I'm just right there. Prize Pick says, hey, you were right there. So here's a flex play payout. I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes with their fast, safe, and easy withdrawals and deposit system.
That's cool.
Prize Picks now also offers a MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts this sports season. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. And you don't even need to win that $5 lineup to get the $50 bonus. It will come your way automatically the first time you play that $5. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts selected player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. So here's what to do. Download that Prize Picks app today. Use promo code CHGO, and you will get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, $50 headed your way when you sign up with promo code CHGO and play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Pew, 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 pew. Our guy Colin in the comments saying, I'm in on Giddey, but just barely. And it better be for like 12 mil a year. Parentheses, I know it's going to be more. And
it's going to be more.
That is another hang up for me. It's a combination of what I believe Giddey can and cannot do.
Yeah.
What his ceiling is, what his sweet spot is. Yeah. And what they are about to go haggle on his new contract. It's the combination of those things that makes me really nervous. Fair. Also, shout out to Daniel Corsetti, who said, you guys make me sick.
Word? What'd I do, D?
What's up, Daniel? I love Josh Giddey.
I mean, he's been sick for like the full 40 minutes we've been here. He has not left the chat once.
Oh, shout out. Hey, thanks for hanging out, bro.
Thank you for the engagement.
And make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Whether you love us, whether you hate us, or whether you're just here because you just want to see what's happening. Thank you for being here, but hit the like button and do it for Katie because I'm trying to save you from having her come to your homes. You don't want this to happen, but she'll do it.
Don't want that.
Her and Troll Joe show up.
Oh,
I want to see it. Don't want to see it, man. Shout out to Joey. I talked to him this weekend too. Shout out to him, man.
Young Spathis?
Talk to Young Spathis, man.
Hey, yeah. I was thinking of him earlier because that like special the Longhorns basketball stadium hosted an NBA game. Was that or tonight?
Okay.
It's like Spurs Suns, I think, but they're playing it at where the Longhorns play.
Oh, okay. Hook 'em.
Yeah, hook 'em,
man. That's what we do.
All right, y'all. So speaking of our friends at Prize Picks, it's time for our recurring segment that we call Who's Hot, Who's Not. While you're thinking about those Prize Picks lineups for your games tomorrow night, hopefully y'all had some success with yours tonight. Who's hot and who's not in the world of the Chicago Bulls? Anybody care to kick us off? I mean, honestly, I feel like we have to give credit to Josh Giddey. I mean, that's the first thing we got to say. He was hot tonight.
Scorching.
4 of 6 from 3.
Flame on.
Keep it up, Josh.
They ran a pin down for him.
They did.
To get a 3.
Yeah,
man.
That's how hot he was.
Yeah, bro. The mid-range, it was funny because the mid-range shot let me know how hot he was. Because I've rarely seen him. They just kind of left
him and he just...
Yeah. And he took the mid-range jumper. Like, I've rarely seen him do that, if ever. And, I mean, he swished it, too, and was walking about just super confidently. So, yes, we'd love to see it continue. Would love to see more of this from Josh Giddey, man. Absolutely. He's hot. On fire. Scorching. Fuego. Ah! Burnt my hand. That's the sound of the flame game. Ah! Studio B, baby. Oh, I love it in here.
26.
Count them down.
Oh, man. Anybody else you think should be on the Who's Hot list?
I mean, I got to give our guy Ant-Man Mello Hallie Mitchell Hero. That's their whole name on YouTube.
Those are words.
That's the
you
whole.
Just broke Katie.
Hey. I mean, it's just a string of a bunch of basketball players' names. Ant-Man Mello Hallie Mitchell Hero.
I thought you were having a stroke.
Is that your dream lineup?
Katie was concerned.
Who said Giddey's ceiling is an all-star and he could reach that level next year. Your takes on Giddey are atrocious. Did you see him in the Olympics?
Let's
Kid
go.
is a future star.
Let's go.
Cool.
Yes,
Are the Bulls trying to win an Olympic gold medal or are they trying to win an NBA title? Reel me that.
He actually did the same thing in the Olympics that we're seeing him do on.
He had 23 in the second half.
Did you see some of his
That's
turnovers
crazy.
for Australia in those games?
23 in the second half for Josh Giddey. 20.
Because I was looking, because I felt like Vooch's first half was hot, his second half was not.
Yes.
But he still had 7 points in the second half. He had 14 in the first. Vooch had a really nice first half. He was
no
cooking.
question.
He was 6 to 12, 14 points, led the team.
And Giddey had a great game. Like I don't know. You'll know if I'm hating, okay?
Right, sure. I think it's because, like, and I'm just being as transparent as possible. Sure. Those of Bulls Nation who believe in Josh Giddey can tell that even when Giddey has a good night, and we're saying nice things about Giddey when he has a good night, there is still just a giant slab of reprehension of us fully believing in this guy. Yeah. And we have our reasons for that. And we lay them out as best we can. Right? Hey, he had a good night tonight.
The unfortunate part about it for him,
Ant-Man, Mello, Hall, Mitchell, Hero is bringing it in the comments.
The unfortunate part about it for him is that I think a lot of it is what did they trade to get him and how much did they give him on his next contract? Those are really hard to divorce from him as a player because that factors into it. So again, I'm not hating on this performance. He had a great game.
Great game.
I'm just thinking, what else do we need to know about big picture before we start to think about that second piece?
Yeah, more. That's all I could come up with. Consistency. I just want to see
Ant-Man.
Also, Ant-Man, Mello, Hallie, Mitchell, Hero. Real quick, you want to make a bet right now?
Who's playing big man on your team, man?
It's because it's so fun to just read those names off as a YouTube username.
Ant-Man, Mello, Hollow, Mitchell, Hero.
Here's a bet. Here's a bet, man. I'm going to call you Ant-Man for short. Ant-Man, Josh Giddey, all-star team next season, yes or no? I say no. You say yes? You want to put some money on it? $200?
Oh,
I'll make that bet right now. Josh Giddey, not an all-star next season. Josh Giddey, not an all-star the season after that. I'll even go there. The next 2 seasons, Josh Giddey will not be an NBA all-star. Make that bet with me right now. I'm ready.
Shake his hand. It's out there. It's clammy, but it counts.
Mello, Hallie, Hero. What was the last one?
You forgot Mitchell.
Mitchell, excuse me.
Mitchell, then Hero.
Yes.
He just likes guards. He's like Billy Donovan.
Burner account.
Who's playing the 5 for you, man?
I like how you guys are my friends in real life. Oh, Kyle, man. Shout out to Kyle.
Lars knows we always get down in
Studio B, baby. It's a different vibe. Studio B, it gets down. It goes down in Studio B, ladies and gentlemen. For real. It is something to behold. So, yeah, I want Josh Giddey to be good. And I think what you just said is a great point because it's placed something upon him that he didn't place upon himself.
It's the same as what happened with Vooch. Like, people were just mad at him because the Bulls gave up too much to get him. Well, it's not his fault.
Yeah. Yeah. I shouldn't say he wasn't playing great. This is the best season we've seen him have since he's been here. Yeah. And it's been astronomical and out of control. But you're right, because they put him at a 3 when I was talking about it as far as an option is concerned. Yeah. They put him at a 3, and he just simply was not used to that. He's used to being the man in Orlando. So it took him a while to adhere to that. And what it took was moving a guy out of the way like DeMar DeRozan. And then he's like, oh, yeah, the basket looks a little more wide open for me. So, yeah, you're right. And
the whole middle of the floor. I think a lot of it was just the fit between him and DeRozan was challenging. Completely
correct. But, yeah, man, like having just Giddey having that upon his shoulders is not his fault. That is definitely on the front office for making the trade that they did and not recouping all they could from that trade. They heaped that on his shoulders and basically made him a guy that you're looking at as a future part of your franchise. And I mean, one of the best players of your franchise going forward. That's what the trade kind of tells you. And when you look at it, when it's a player swap like that, because when you're trading a guy like, again, I'm not saying that they're these players. When you trade a Luka for a Anthony Davis, you're not saying, Anthony Davis, we just need you, to be cool. You know what I mean? No, bro. You're saying I'm trying to win a championship and Anthony Davis can carry me to a championship. That's what you're saying. So it's the same way in this instance right here when you get nothing back and it's player for player and it was your best player who you could have got a ton of stuff for that you turned down, but you felt like you really needed this player on your team and that's it. I'll stay. And you roll with that. So
same thing with
that's what it is with
Jimmy
Giddey.
Butler for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, you heap that right on Zach's shoulders.
Yeah.
You're the face now.
And now he's got to carry you to more than what he can do. And it's not like dig on Zach. He was a great player, but he needed more help.
And there's your answer from Ant-Man, Mello, Holly, Mitchell, Hero. Not making that bet.
Oh, what a surprise! What a shock! What a bummer!
But he has that potential.
If he's got that potential, then make the bet.
It's hard to develop your players when Donovan is playing hockey lineups with his guards. Well, that's hilarious. That's pretty good. That's funny.
Just in the
But
fact
Giddey's
that
a guard though. But okay.
What is that comparison saying that he shuffles them too frequently in his rotation?
Yeah,
No, I think he's just saying like he doesn't get enough minutes. But I feel like
he's averaging 28 and a
I
half.
feel like he gets.
Yeah, he played basically 30 minutes tonight. So he was out there. Because again, he was out.
Billy's holding Josh Giddey back. Of all the people on this roster, you can make the Billy Donovan is holding blank player back argument for. You're really trying to make that argument with Josh Giddey.
Yeah. Yeah, the only time I've seen him.
Who the front office went out and specifically targeted and brought here and clearly said to Billy, hey, Billy, this kid's a big part of our future. Play him. Play him a lot. Play him a lot.
Get him.
He's holding him back. Billy's holding him back. I swear to God.
This is the best.
Make the bet. He's got that. If you think he's got that potential, then make the bet.
Oh, man.
You either believe in him or you don't. Make the bet.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be money if that's what it's about. It can be something else.
Yeah.
Make the bet.
100 push-ups.
Ooh.
You trying to kill me?
No, I'm about to say,
I think you're gonna win.
Matt will give you the money, bro. He ain't gonna do that.
Take the dollar.
He'll take the cash.
And even like going back to the Giddey thing, there was a comment from Zach, and he was saying like, if they, I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically like the comment that I just made about Giddey and like if they had drafted Giddey, would we think about him differently? I think absolutely. Or even if you had gotten a pick with him, I think you would think about him.
Oh, it'd be
differently.
a completely different.
It's the 1-for-1 nature of it. That I think made it.
And it's not. And again, like I keep saying, it's not his fault. It was heaped upon his shoulders, bro.
And I saw somebody in the comments, I can't remember who, I'm sorry, earlier saying like, I'd rather have a first round pick than Josh Giddey, like coming into this draft. And that is not a individual who has that opinion among Bulls Nation. I hear that opinion all the time.
Yeah.
What would you rather have? A first round pick or Josh Giddey?
Yeah.
It's not one crazy person who holds that opinion. It's a substantial portion of Bulls fans who hold that opinion.
It's true.
This episode is hilarious because here we come on the show. Giddey has a great game. We talk about it. We talk about he played well, and we've got questions about the big picture. Everybody calls us haters. We're now defending him against the haters who are hating on us for hating a guy that we're not actually hating.
Everything's crazy.
Studio
it's
B,
Studio
man.
B,
Studio
baby.
B.
Oh, Studio B.
I love a little chaos in the chat.
I enjoy
Hey,
it.
man, Melo, Hall, Mitchell, Hero, yeah.
Hey, man,
I do want that bet to happen.
Hero.
Speaking of which, our guy Colin calling said, my new name is Snell Dunn Blakeney Valentine.
Oh my lord.
Oh my goodness, man.
Hey, you put those 4 players next to Josh Giddey, you got yourself something cooking.
Hey, I'm curious about. Okay, so Modest Vucevic. So the
Not
21
hot
minutes, not hot.
Not hot tonight.
He was not hot tonight. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 6 from the 3-point line. Do the 6 threes tell you that he's just standing in the corner too much? Or is it that this is just the choice of the shot that I want to take?
Well, I think he should be taking a lot of threes.
Sure.
I think 6 threes in 24 minutes is, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I think it's more about, is he passing up other opportunities to drive?
This is what I mean.
And, you know, it didn't really feel like I don't know. I don't feel like he took shots that he should have passed up and driven on. There was maybe one where I felt like he could have shot it and he tried to drive and didn't early on in the game. I don't know. It didn't feel like he was very involved in the offense. They did run a couple of plays for him. But I think that was kind of the bigger picture criticism that I had at the start of the show, which is like, why are we not running some more stuff for him to involve him, to put some of his skills on display? I mean,
Yes.
Billy has talked about, can you run some pick and roll with him? I didn't see one of those possessions all game. So the threes in general, I'm fine with that. I do think that you could also, in addition, see some more other stuff, whether it's like they did run. I remember, was it like coming out of a quarter or maybe just like an out of bounds play where he was involved in a screening action, like a Spain pick and roll where he flared out. So I think it's good to get him involved in some plays. But again, this is like the bigger picture question is like, are we developing him or are we playing and hoping he can come along with us?
Correct. You know what it reminds me of, Will, watching him stand in that corner and shoot threes? It reminds me of looking at Lowry.
Oh,
It really does. That's what I thought about when I was watching it today.
dagger to the heart.
It reminded me of that, of how he would go be in the corner because that was the best play and the best thing and the best route available for the team to do that. And Modest is a little different. Again, confidence-wise, I think Modest is different. I don't think it will hinder, how he feels and how he approaches the game. That's just not in him. Everybody ain't built like that, which makes him one of the reasons why I think he's amazing. But it just reminded me of that, of him just, I don't have any other place right now on this floor, so let me do something right here that isn't totally his game. He does shoot threes, but I don't know if he's the guy to stand in the corner. Now if this was Red Velvet out there, cool. If Kevin Huerter is the dude standing in the corner taking the threes, that makes all the sense in the world to me. That's part of his game. I got that. But Modest dude is leading your team in dunks. Like, he's got to get the ball, and Billy has to allow him to penetrate and give him a play where he can be one-on-one. Because a guy, as Will tells me, like a guy at that height with those kind of handles is incredibly rare. So if I have something that's rare on my team, I would like to tap into it a little bit more. So, and I think putting him in one-on-one situations against certain guards, like, he's really good at that as far as like drawing fouls, as far as getting to the line, as far as making an amazing layup or something happening. But he has got to be put more in those situations. I don't want to continue to see him just standing in the corner. And I know that's not on him. He's just trying to do what's best for the team. But I feel like he needs more of the ball in his hands.
And just to add some numbers to that. So Modest's usage tonight was only 14.5%. If you think about usage, it's like what percent of plays do you finish? So shot or turnover. Shot, assist, or turnover. And if you break that into even parts, 20% is average, right? 5 players, 20% each. So that's 100% usage. Modest only had 14.5%. So below average. And even the last couple of games, 19, 16.2, 22, 22, 15.4, 15.9, 16.9. So he has been more involved in other games. I think it was really that one sequence in the third quarter where the Knicks went on a 6-0 run in 21 seconds. And all 6 of those points were a result of Modest giving up baskets or turning it over. And so that, I think, took him out of the game, basically. I mean, Billy barely played him after that. So I think he needs to play more. And then I also saw a comment about Kobe and his involvement despite playing 41 minutes. Another tough shooting night for him. But if you, again, just while I was pulling up the usage numbers, only 12.4% usage for Kobe. He just feels so uninvolved recently. It's super weird.
That's not good.
12.4.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not using Kobe White to the best of his abilities.
And Ayo even 16.4. Meanwhile, you have Josh Giddey 27, Vooch 29, Lonzo 22.5. So you see
Josh Giddey 27 usage percentage, but Billy's holding him back. Billy's holding him back, y'all.
Yeah, you see how
Listen to yourselves.
the numbers bear out who is being like featured in this offense, and those were the answers tonight: Lonzo, Giddey, and Vooch.
Is that Kevin Huerter 19?
Yeah, but he just like took some shots.
Somebody in the
That's
comments
still
just
below
asked,
average.
why is Huerter getting so many minutes? I don't know. It was just on screen a second ago, Katie.
Yeah.
But hey, 3 of 6 from downtown tonight.
He was.
What else do you want from Kevin Huerter? He was out there on the floor for the final 2 seconds out of bounds play.
He was.
He didn't get the ball.
He did not.
They threw a deep pass inside to Vooch,
Decoy.
who got stuffed. But Kevin Huerter was out there making things happen. Oh God.
That's just Kevin Huerter making these happen. Yeah, he's out there making things happen.
What's his name? Red Lightning? Red
Velvet.
Red Velvet? Sure.
Red leather. We'll go with that too. All of it.
Do we have a yellow leather?
That's a great question.
No,
I don't think we do.
Still nothing about Ayo. I'm surprised
the wrist injury?
no wrist updates have come out.
So, yeah, I haven't seen much of anything since the Casey tweet from Billy saying that Jalen Smith's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, he and Jalen's begin. Well, Jalen's is definitely going to allow Zach Collins to be on the floor more. And Billy talked about wanting to evaluate him, but how hard it was to do that. Well, he's about to get all that time in the world now, because especially with concussions in the NBA, they take a little bit longer. This ain't the NFL with that. They take much longer with the evaluation of their concussions and what happened to the guys. And the way he was walking off the floor, as you mentioned, Matt, just like, nah, bro, take your time and figure that out. So
woozy as a wazzy.
Yeah, man. So we'll definitely be seeing some Zach Collins lineups out there. So, Yeah, get ready for that, Bulls Nation. It's happening.
I thought he was all right too.
Yeah, he didn't suck.
fine.
He didn't suck at all. He didn't suck. I thought
He's
he played
physical.
a little tougher. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I thought I was gonna say that. He definitely played physical, and he definitely played a little tough out there. He did what he can do. He's Zach Collins. Like, he did Zach Collins stuff. So get ready to watch more.
That's how you know we've been going over 50 minutes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He did,
yeah.
but that's the truth. Like, he just did what he could do out there. Like, I'm Zach Collins.
A really crisp part in his hairdo.
Yes.
Like a really crisp part.
Yeah.
That trendy white guy hairdo.
Not a fan of it?
No, I was like, I'm gonna buzz this side, but then have these long, like flopping, like with a tight line on this side. Like,
That's how they ask for it when
yeah.
they get Supercuts?
I assume.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume that's what they sound like when they're like, "Hey, can you give me the haircut that makes me look like the douchiest big douche on the douche planet?"
Which douche planet was you on, sir? Oh, left side, obviously. I thought Jones played solid too.
Oh, goody,
Defensively,
yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
Jones
he was.
pretty
He had a
good.
couple.
Yeah.
He had a couple plays on
He
Brunson.
was
where he just,
active on
like,
defense.
ripped them up.
He
Yeah,
was active.
Yeah, so he's earned
9 or
more
10
time.
deep.
Yeah, he's earned more
They
time.
got
but,
9 or 10 good players.
but Taylor Horton, Dale Terry, Joel Carter. Oh man, just, yeah. 9 or 10. That's what we need, baby.
I mean, they do have like they have like very good depth for a team that is like 12 games
I'm
below
sorry.
500.
Did you say very good depth or just depth?
Like, I mean, Kevin Huerter
They
was
do have a 15-man roster.
Kevin Huerter was starting on a playoff team like 2 years ago. Like, he's their
2 years.
10th man
And
right
then,
now.
and then what happened?
Like, Collins is a very good third string center. I feel like. I don't know. I feel like they. That's what he is on this team.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know.
like they have strong depth. They just don't have the top end talent that can make it all come together.
That part. They don't have, as Will likes to say, the guy. They need the guy. And I'm scared about what they think the guy is. I'm really terrified of what they feel the guy is like going into this offseason.
They think it's Josh Giddey. That's who they think the guy is.
Exactly why I'm terrified. Stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason. Luck and hope is all I got. Come on, hook me up, man.
Apparently, we are weak characters, according to the Giddey fans in the chat.
Really?
Oh, shout out to y'all, man.
Weak
Negative
characters.
stuff,
Negative stuff,
fellas.
fellas.
I said a lot
What's
of nice
up,
things
Daniel?
about the band, dog. I did. I said a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
don't
nice
know.
things about it.
Like,
I can't give you
would
more
you
than
want me
what
to
I'm
just
giving.
be like delusionally
Yeah.
excited about it? Like,
He's the greatest.
he had a great game. I don't know what.
Sure.
How more
Yeah.
clear I could be about that.
16 rebounds
Also,
is ridiculous.
you can't be a weak character if you've watched every minute of every Bulls game for the last forever.
That is called mental.
That
fortitude.
takes, mental fortitude, strength of character is
Yeah,
what
man.
that takes. Resolve, commitment. That is what we do.
we say
a
we
little
have
bit
the
of that.
best ninth minute. Yo, hilarious.
What if the league, in
Well done,
addition
Connor.
to the in-season tournament and the play-in tournament, make something called like the 9-10 like depth guys tournament?
Yo, oh,
It's a 2v2 tournament,
I think
right?
that's exactly what the 9-10 game.
It's the 9-10 game.
okay.
But it's a new 9-10 game in addition to the 9 versus 10 in the play-in tournament. The Bulls could totally win that.
Like Julie said, now say nice things about Josh's hair.
Great head of hair.
Say it.
There's a lot of
I
it.
should take notes.
Take notes.
There's impressive volume.
Impressive volume. It's true.
I also just going back
Lot
to
of
Dave,
bounce.
your comp on Modest standing in the corner and Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
Our guy Lars saying Lowry watching from his Utah limbo, yelling at Modest to get out, but he can't hear him. It's like what was it? Interstellar?
Interstellar,
Is that that
yeah.
movie with Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey like banging on the
Yes.
wall from the other side of the universe?
That's absolutely that movie. Oh,
Oh,
man.
accurate.
I don't-
Also,
I
shout
want
out.
him to turn into that. but-
Assuming it was the same Lars on Twitter, I think he met Joakim today.
sure.
or
Yeah,
the
he
other
did
day.
say that in the chat earlier.
Shout out.
Congratulations.
Shout out,
to you,
sir.
Lars. Welcome to the cool side
Congratulations.
of the universe.
He's been waiting for you.
People who have met Joakim Noah.
And now Matt's like, now get away from him. Don't ever touch him again.
No. I'm not possessive. I want as many people in the world as possible. What are you looking at me like that for? I want as many people in the world as possible to be exposed to the glory that is Joakim Noah's positive vibes.
Okay, fair.
He's only going to be my best friend, but I want as many people as possible who want to have the
Be mine.
joy of the and pleasure of the experience of meeting him.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Beating him, but not being his friend.
No, that's me.
Yeah,
Best friend.
I speak, Matt.
Yeah. The look you just gave me.
Get out of here. What are we doing?
I'm not trying to hoard him for all to myself.
Yes, you are. What are you doing? Of course you are. That's exactly what you want. That's your dream scenario.
No.
You know what would be my dream
that's
scenario?
creepy.
My dream scenario would be is if we got enough likes right now to do a tankathon.
Oh,
That would be my dream
Go's
scenario.
on fire today.
go calling it like he sees
I don't
it.
know if it's the Dijon mustard colored
Hit me with one of these.
or what. But
Dijon.
that man is on fire.
I was gunning for Goon of the Night. Unfortunately, it did not.
You was on, man.
Did not.
He was on one.
Did not play out that
I'm
way.
devastated that we don't have a good of the night.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastated.
Yeah,
Devastated.
he probably would have.
While you're working on getting that likes count up, I did want to also acknowledge Alberto Hernandez in the comments who said, I'll take that bet. Giddey becomes an all-star in the next 3 years. Winner gets a beef, hot, dipped, and cheese fries.
That's okay.
Bet.
It's a fair bet.
Alberto,
He extended. He gave
Bet.
himself another year, but
bet.
I.
You add another
I'll allow
year.
it.
I don't think I didn't notice that.
He did.
I will still take that bet and respect to you, Alberto, for having the stones to stand on what you believe. Unlike random assortment of players' names, guy. I forgot. Heroes in there. Mitchell. Ant-Man.
Holly. Holly Mitchell. Holly Mitchell, hero.
There you go. It's all love to you, by the way.
Yeah, man.
We like to have
he's
fun.
laughing at us.
We like to have fun.
He's definitely laughing, man. Shout out to you, sir. The believer saying the day I met Matt Peck was equal to me as meeting Joakim Noah.
That is not a good
Let's
sign
go.
about how you live your life and what is important to you. It's very flattering. Thank you very much. It's humbling.
Yes.
But that is backwards. That is so backwards.
Just take the love, Matt. Take the love. People like you. Deal with it.
I'll take the love and I'll take a beef sandwich.
There it is. Dipped. With the
Cheese
cheesy
fries.
fries.
Dipped.
Yeah,
Katie, do we have some super chats to get to? I don't know if the likes are going to be enough for a spin.
I know. I'm trying. I'm trying to get you guys there. I want
Trying to get us there.
Putting in effort.
But here's the thing, though, about the tankathon situation. The Nets also lost. The Sixers also lost. So
Yes.
they didn't gain any ground in losing this game.
They didn't
Unfortunately,
lose.
but
We
they didn't lose any
any
ground.
ground.
Kept pace.
But
Just
actually,
gonna
I mean, also
click
that,
on tankathon.com
with that Wemby
here.
news today, it's really
I can do one by myself.
look
I don't
at
need.
Katie.
I don't need your likes to
Just
do my own
don't,
tankathon.
don't say it out loud. It hasn't been earned
All
yet.
right, let me just look then.
Coach gonna do his
No,
own
I'll
thing.
wait. I'll wait. I'll be
You gonna
polite
wait?
about it. I'll
Okay.
wait.
All right.
Shout out to our agent Michael Scarn who threw us a super chat saying so happy they lost, especially after Billy subbed Modest out at the end for friggin' Herder. Poetic justice. Yeah, we did touch on it earlier. That hilarious stint Modest got in overtime. Remember that?
Oh my God! What, with 30 seconds?
I blinked and I missed it. Was he actually out there? There was no proof of that.
If a tree falls in the forest without making a sound.
Also, shout out to
my
our
God.
friend Kimberly who threw us a super chat saying, "Rage room now, bats ready."
Let's go.
Wait, were we
Okay.
talking about that?
So to
were.
fill those of y'all in who weren't hanging out in the CHGO diehard Discord with me and our fellow Bulls fans last night,
Flex.
become a diehard. Next time you won't have FOMO. That's what we were talking about. Like Bulls fans are just so frustrated right now, trying to face these post All-Star break slate of games, and what the heck is AK saying, and what is Billy doing, and what we need is one of these new trendy things that I think are called rage rooms, where you pay a fee and go into, instead of one of those fun like solve the puzzles trap room games.
Okay.
It's just a room where you're allowed to go in and just break shit. Whatever's in there, just go nuts. Like Footloose, but instead of rage dancing, you just rage break stuff. And I think, and all of our fellow Bulls fans in the diehard Discord last night felt that would be a great release of what Bulls fans are feeling right now.
I went to a rage room.
CHGO Diehards event?
No, we really should. I went to a rage room in like October or something, and let me tell you, that was, oh my God, it felt amazing.
What'd you break?
It felt amazing. They have like old computers in there, old computer
Like
parts.
Office Space style, literally
Uh-huh.
just beating an old Dell with a bat.
Yeah, I was holding a
They're gonna
crowbar.
run out of those at some point, right?
I don't know, but I was holding a crowbar, and this is right
Oh my.
after. This is
My lord.
this is right after I got laid off from my other job. Let me clarify. And I swung that thing so hard I had bruises all over my hand. Literally, my hand was like purple the next day.
I bring gloves
Interesting.
next time.
Wow. Well, are you allowed to have music while you're in there?
I don't know. I didn't try, but I don't think they'd tell you no.
Okay.
Just
all
don't
right,
break
just
your
check.
own phone.
Just headphones, heavy metal,
Yeah, right.
and a crowbar, baby.
Peck, there is also a thing called therapy.
I was gonna say dance therapy seems really healthy. Or what was it? What did you just say? Dance something?
Dancing?
In
Footloose
Footloose?
dancing? Like rage dancing?
Rage dancing.
Rage
That
dancing, yeah.
dancing.
that
Like in
seems healthy.
Footloose.
I like that.
Where he's frustrated with the restrictive rules of this little conservative school in the new town that he moves to. And sometimes you just got to dance the rage out.
Yeah.
Or
seems healthy.
break stuff.
Or
Or
break stuff.
Sam Adams' American Life.
How many mosh pits have you been in?
Too many.
Yeah, okay.
Not in a long time.
No,
but you
no,
know,
obviously.
you
Right,
you
right,
know
right.
that I am a heavy metal head.
Yes,
And in
correct.
my youth, whether it be Metallica or some of the others that I have always adored, yeah, I've been in a mosh pit or two.
Nice. You don't want to get in there with him.
That might help.
Yeah, it would help some
Although
of the people.
I would be in there for like 3 seconds now and be like, oh, my back.
Yeah. I think I got in the mosh pit once, and it was hilarious because nobody wanted to hit me. Because they were all a little worried.
Yeah.
They were all a little concerned. They're like,
Did you see
Oh,
what happened
man,
when
I don't know.
Lonzo ran into Karl Anthony Towns tonight? Because that's what you get. Karl Anthony Towns just stood there and Lonzo was
seemed-
flying.
That seemed painful, but also not like a foul to me.
yes, correct, because he ran right into him.
He just stood there.
He just stood there like, you give him a foul for being big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are always picked on. I get it. That's
Yeah.
how I go, man. Always like that, Will.
Crowbar Duffy.
Lars saying,
Crowbar Duffy.
I like Katie Crowbar Duffy from Gone.
Katie Crowbar.
Lars saying, smoking a J,
Katie
dancing to
Crowbar.
music on my headphones after work always is great. That sounds like great self therapy,
Yeah, that's
self care.
That is a good job. Well done, man.
A J and some calm music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Sunnyside.
Yeah, like in the rage room, I'm putting on some metal.
Oh, of course.
But then after that,
yeah.
light
back
up
to
a J
Footloose.
and turn on some Marley, baby. Wait, what did you say, Go?
It's back to Footloose.
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
Oh, ooh wee,
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
pull me off of my knees.
Oh, man. On the positive, if Giddey can average 23, 9, and 6 assists, it's good enough. Well, yeah, Heath. For sure.
Sure.
If
Giddey
I can
does that.
fly, it's good enough. Like, what?
Yes. Dude, if Giddey does, I mean, yeah. If
That's
he does
basically-
that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, he's about 10 points and 2 rebounds away from that.
On the plus side, if
the plus
Giddey
side.
could just put up these obvious all-star caliber numbers, then things will all be gravy.
Wow, by the way, Josh Giddey with some hilarious nicknames on Basketball Monster.
Oh, let's get it. Let's get it.
Slob Wizard, which we knew.
Yes,
Obviously.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, I like that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Wizard of Oz. And Vanilla Magic.
Vanilla Magic.
Hey.
I'm going to have to ask him about
That's-
that one.
That's just like a less good version of Jason Williams' nickname.
You know, you're right. I agree with you.
I mean,
I don't want to associate him with Magic Johnson. Like, he's not on that level.
no, absolutely not.
But it just sounds great, though. It does sound awesome. Vanilla Magic.
Vanilla Magic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vanilla Magic.
Also kind of sounds like maybe it was the official name of a tour that Vanilla Ice did in like the early 90s.
God, yes. Kid, show up.
Dun, dun,
Vanilla
dun, dun,
Magic.
dun, 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 dun.
All right, stop.
Prepare yourselves for Vanilla Magic.
I can't wait to watch his movie. I've been trying to watch it for a
I'm
long
sorry,
time.
Vanilla Ice is making a movie?
No, he has one that came out during his height. You know I love terrible, but I'm a connoisseur of this
Sure.
stuff. It's called Cool as Ice.
Cool as ice.
Yes, it's just as ridiculous as you think it sounds.
Okay.
Yes.
The only Vanilla Ice cinema catalog I am familiar with is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Use.
Right, with Ninja Rap.
I thought that was the entirety, long and short, of his IMDb page.
Nope, he's got because he drops the line, why don't you drop that 0 and get with this hero?
Wow.
Yeah, as soon as I heard it, I said, oh, I'm watching this crap.
It sounds
But
like
wait.
you've maybe watched it a few times already if you were just ready with that line.
No, that's the trailer. That's
Oh,
literally
okay.
the trailer. It's him saying that in the trailer, dog. He shows up in a small town on his bike, and the straight stuffy conservatives like, oh, what is this guy?
I think
I'm
you're
Vanilla
being
Ice.
I think you're being coy, and you've actually watched this Vanilla Ice movie more times than Katie has watched Without a Paddle.
Oh my God. I would admit this with my whole heart if I watched this movie. I just said I'm trying to see it. Like, I can't wait to watch this movie and laugh and laugh and laugh. I want to see it so bad. If anybody has a copy you want to send here, still please send it to me. I love shitty movies. Please send that movie on in to me. I've been wanting to watch this for a long, long time, man. Oh, I can't wait. Help me out. Help me out, please. I need to see this.
Vanilla Ice can't even save us now.
Vanilla Magic would be a great cocktail. What's you on that, Zach?
Make it stiff enough. All right, are we done? Are we out of here? Did we not get enough likes for taking on Spin Katie? Katie's the ruler.
No, I asked for 100, and we're only at 92.
92.
So I think we should all go home.
I think we got to go home.
You have disappointed Katie, yo.
Katie's
Harder
such a
and faster
strict
last
parent.
time.
She was
Next
a
time.
stickler for the rules. Katie Crowbar don't play, son.
Not a tickler for the stickler.
Come on with this.
All right, guys. Well, we'll get out of here, and maybe we'll get taken on Spin on Saturday. Who knows?
Who knows?
We will be back tomorrow with a fresh live pod for y'all at 5:30. Talk about whatever's going on in the world of Bulls and NBA, whatever's on your mind. Large Studio B day was fun. They always are.
They always are.
And speaking of why we're in Studio B, Studio A tonight was reserved for post-game of our Hawks crew who have done an incredible job covering this Four Nations face-off tournament while the Hawks are on All-Star break. Canada, USA, you ready for this? 8 minutes into overtime right now, 2-2.
Ooh.
And it is like NHL playoff style.
Ooh.
None of this like 4-on-4, 3-on-3 or shootout nonsense. It's just next goal wins.
Ooh.
2-2 OT right now.
All right.
So watch the last of that if you're a hockey fan.
Okay.
And when it's over, our CHGO Blackhawks crew, Greg included,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about, will
Back
be
up in
there
the
to break
building.
down the game for y'all. It's
getting close,
Their own
man.
post game.
They're getting close to the 100s.
Let's
They
go.
just started going up. Look at y'all.
Well, you know what?
Y'all was holding out this whole time.
You're too late.
Get your last three.
It's too late. We're already 10 minutes over.
98. They got two more.
Doesn't count.
Katie
That's
Crowbar.
after the clock. The trade deadline has passed.
Matt wants to go home so bad. Matt
I got
wanted to
some
go
writing to
home
do.
at like
Can't wait around
halftime.
all night for you guys to have to like.
This is a fact.
They got one. Can they get one? They got one left. 99.
No.
One left.
No.
Let me get 100.
Doesn't qualify. 99 is not
There's
100.
100.
Oh, there's 100.
There's a. Give him a quick spin, Katie. Give him a quick spin. And they went to one-on-one. Look at him spin the tank. Yes, the people won it. You're so close, Matt. So close, but so far away.
I also love how Gary Speed, I hope Giddey gets out of this toxic Chicago fan base.
Oh,
We're the problem. Yeah.
Right.
It's not all the crap teams that are run horribly by crap people.
we said he played well.
We did.
Like, I don't know what else you want. Seriously.
It's true. I don't know what else.
hey,
He had
Gary
a-
Speed, do you think Giddey's going to be an all-star in the next 3 years? You want to bet? You want to bet?
All tankathon spins. All right. You ready? Get that there. Okay. Yeah, we see. I don't see the top two.
Pull it down a little bit.
Yeah, just yank-
There you
there
go.
you go.
Perfect.
All right, here we go.
Perfect.
This is so worth it.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. Reset.
Here we go.
And Sam.
Number two. Number two. Let's go.
Let's go.
Worth it.
We're
Worth
number
it.
Number two.
Yeah.
We're number 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I'll take it.
we've got plenty of weeks and months to talk about this, hypothetically.
Another guard.
Cooper Flacco's 1.
Yeah.
Bulls are at 2. They jumped to 2 for realsies.
I mean, Dylan Harper's awesome.
Harper,
You know I'm an Ace
Bailey.
Valley dude, bro. I'm an Ace Valley guy.
Edgecombe.
You think they're gonna pass on the opportunity to take a
But,
guard whose father played for this team?
Fair point. Very fair point, sir.
What about the Illini kid?
Oh, God, no.
Lithuania,
Not a-
Illinois.
Lithuanian Illini kid.
Not it, too.
Arturus is not gonna know how to handle that. No, I think Dylan Harper right now is the pretty clear consensus.
clear two,
number 2
yeah.
in a tier of his own.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then they could clear out some other stuff. But yes, all right. Great
Or
job,
you
guys.
trade down if you want.
Great
Oh,
job.
God.
Great
You know
job.
what, Josh Baker? You might not be wrong.
Great
You know,
job.
you never put it past the Bulls to do something completely wild and unpredictable. All right, we will get out of here on that. And make sure you all keep it right here on the CHGO Sports YouTube channel to watch the post game of USA Canada in that Four Nation face-off finale. Hopefully, it's a good one. Well, honestly, I was going to say hopefully the USA wins, but honestly, I don't really feel like that right now. Will Gottlieb, Will _Gottlieb, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL Sports.
Bow.
I'm Bulls _Peck. We are CHGO Bulls. Shout out to our queen of the controls, the one and only Katie Duffy. And
from the
shout out
South.
to you, Josh Giddey, hero of the night
Oh,
in this just heart-crushing Bulls overtime loss.
He has
to the
saved
Knicks.
us as a nation. Like, that's what happened today.
Truly.
He just fixed climate change.
We'll see y'all at 5:30
Jesus,
Central Time
fixed
tomorrow
climate
for a live pod. Have a great night. See you, Red. Be good.
love y'all, man. Studio B.
We all silly like the mayor.